Gone in a New York minute. What's up, Caps fans? Ugh, that kind of sums up this game perfectly, doesn't it? Like, it was a tight, close game, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. Gone in a New York minute. You get it? I don't know, man. I have to laugh or else I'm gonna cry. This one was ugly. Does anyone else find themselves not really wanting to watch games where Darcy Kuemper's starting anymore? Man, I don't know. It all just feels so pointless. Like we already know the result before the game has even been played. Let's run through the goals that beat Kuemper on this night, shall we? Buckle up. It's a long list. So, the first goal for the New York Rangers, which came after Anthony Mantha had just given the Caps the 1-0 lead, because of course, you would not want to try making a save or anything after your team takes a lead in a hockey game. That just seems too radical, like we're asking too much there. So, first Rangers goal, K'Andre Miller, a defenseman, a pretty weak backhand shot, albeit from the slot, but it is unscreened, and as I said, it was a pretty weak backhand there, more or less a muffin of a shot, but it beats Kuemper clean. Rangers' second goal. After the Caps have done a really nice job killing off almost all of another Rangers power play without allowing a shot on goal, by the way, the first shot that the Rangers do get on the power play beats Kuemper from a bad angle. And yes, it was a very nice shot by Artemi Panarin there, but Darcy Kuemper also is not ready for that shot whatsoever. He's not set, he is slow coming across, and so Panarin is able to beat him clean from the bad angle, as NHL shooters will do. Rangers' third goal. It comes very shortly after their second goal as Darcy Kuemper, clearly still rattled by giving up the bad angle goal to Panarin seconds earlier, he gets beat this time by a goddamn wrist shot from out near the blue line. Braden Schneider, okay? Not exactly a big-time goal scorer, not exactly a goal-scoring machine back there, but he makes that one look way too easy. And so just 40 seconds after the Rangers took a 2-1 lead, they now take a 3-1 lead. And folks, Braden Schneider is literally just throwing that thing on net there. Kuemper was screened, that is true, but I will get to more on that in just a minute here because unfortunately, there are still plenty more goals to talk about. Rangers' fourth goal now. Defenseman K'Andre Miller's second of the night. Another wrist shot, again, from out near the fucking blue line. And finally, the Rangers' fifth goal. Stop, they're already dead. And I applaud you, by the way, if you are still watching the game at this point. But their fifth goal is a shot by Alexis Lafreniere that just goes right along the ice, right through Darcy Kuemper's legs. Just like they teach you in goaltending school. They should really think about giving goaltenders some sort of apparatus to help them out in that scenario, maybe like a long piece of wood or something that they can just hold in their hand, put it along the ice when you want to stop shots from going between your legs. I think that's a great idea. I think I will write a letter to the Goaltenders Union about that. And so it is 5-1 for the New York Rangers, and that would be your final score. Like I said, the Caps' only goal of the night coming from Anthony Mantha. It was a beauty by Anthony Mantha, if that matters to you at all when we're talking about a 5-1 hockey game. But yeah, he did rip that thing clean past Igor Shesterkin, who is obviously one of the very best goaltenders in the world. So that is a very nice goal. Top shelf, right where Mama keeps the cookie jar, assisted by Rasmus Sandin and Alexei Protas. Another even strength point for Alexei Protas. I saw the stat the other day that he is like third in the entire NHL in even strength points per 60. He is currently ahead of Connor McDavid in that category, which is equal parts awesome and hilarious. It's hilariously awesome, or it's awesomely hilarious, you decide. But yeah, 5-1. And once again, it was not exactly a Picasso by Darcy Kuemper by any means, okay? Darcy Kuemper, who I am ready to have a serious chat about anytime that you guys are ready. And you know, I said earlier in the video here that I was going to come back to talking about the long range screened or semi-screened shots that are beating Darcy Kuemper. And so I want to do that for just a moment here. Before we call it a night, I do want to talk about that because it really bugs me. It really does. When some people want to defend Kuemper like to the ends of the very earth, okay? Saying that he can't be blamed for any shot that beats him when he is being screened, or at least partially screened. Because folks, I am here to tell you that that's crap, okay? That is absolute crap. As a goalie, and I have mentioned to you before that I am a goalie. I've been a goalie for a very, very long time, and I've played at some pretty high levels against both guys and girls. So I kind of like to think that I know what I'm talking about a little bit, at least, especially when it does come to goaltending. And I can tell you guys that as a goalie, screened shots from the point like that are something that you work on. Like, you actually actively work on that in practice, okay? Actively work on it all the time, okay? On tracking pucks, you know, coming at you from the point and through screens, it is something that you actually actively physically work on to get better at because it is so important. It is so important in the game of hockey. Screenshots from the point, they're happening all the time, like 50 to 100 times a game. Teams attempt that. So you work on it because, here's the thing, you can get better at it. So, two things can be true, right? It is true that Darcy Kuemper has been screened on some of these goals against recently, but it is also true that it is common knowledge around the league that Darcy Kuemper is one of the worst goalies in the entire league at fighting to see through traffic and at picking up shots from the point or from long range in general. And so guess what? Unsurprisingly, if you go back and look at the games that the Caps have lost this season with Darcy Kuemper in net, him not tracking pucks from long range is a big reason for a lot of those losses. Because if you can't make the saves that you should make as an NHL goaltender from long range, then that is obviously going to inflate your goals against, and that has been a big reason why Kuemper, on more nights than not, like, let's be honest here, folks, okay? Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Darcy Kuemper is giving up 4 or 5 goals against on more nights than he's giving up 1 or 2 goals against this season, right? That is a huge, huge, huge problem. We can't make excuses for him. We can't justify it. We can't say, oh, well, you know, it's okay that he doesn't stop these long-range shots, even though every other NHL goaltender seems to have no problem stopping them. We can't do it. We can't do that. We can't keep making excuses for this guy. It has got to stop. He needs to play better. I am sure that he knows that, but now he actually has to do it because we need some saves in these games that he is playing. And this is not Darcy Kuemper slander, okay? As so many of his defenders on Twitter like to call it, but it is just simply the facts. Like, I honestly don't know how anyone, Kuemper fan or not, okay, can look at the numbers for him this season and gaslight themselves into being like, yep, that's fine. That looks good to me. You know it's not fine. You know it's not good. You know that. Don't lie to yourself. All right, Caps fans, I think that is a pretty good place to leave off on for this one, right? I'm sure that is probably going to start a war in the comment section, but all I'm trying to say here is that you cannot have your $5 million goalie making it so that a screenshot from the blue line is an automatic goal so long as it hits the net, okay? That's all I'm saying. We are not going to win too many games if that is the case. Because these NHL guys, believe it or not, they're actually pretty good at hitting the net, most of them. So if a shot that's hitting the net, like I said, from the blue line, most of these times, okay, on most of these goals that Darcy Kuemper is giving up, if a shot from the blue line is going to be basically an automatic goal every time that it hits the net, you have a big problem, okay? That's all I'm saying. Anyhow, thank you all so much for watching, and you know the drill by now. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. If you really enjoyed the video, then click on that subscribe button for me as well. I appreciate it so, so, so much. And until next time, babes, and as always, let's go Caps.